Imagine a man who walks through life as if rules don't apply to him. A scientist so reckless and brilliant that the universe itself bends to his chaos. That man is Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty. Now, at first glance you might think, how could a foul-mouthed cartoon character possibly teach us about success? But here's the truth. Success doesn't always come from polished speeches, perfect resumes, or safe decisions. More often, it comes from breaking patterns, questioning the norm, and daring to live boldly. And that's exactly what Rick represents. Beneath the alcohol, the sarcasm, and the endless portals to bizarre worlds, there's a set of mindsets that can change how we approach our lives. If you've ever wanted to rise above the noise, stand out in a world where everyone is playing it safe, and build a future on your own terms, then listening to Rick, even just a little, might not be the worst idea. Because sometimes wisdom is hidden in the most unlikely places, and if you're willing to look deeper, you'll discover lessons that go far beyond science fiction comedy. The first mindset is simple, yet brutally real. Experience crushes theory every single time. Rick never preaches about textbooks or diplomas. Instead, he throws Morty directly into terrifying adventures. It may look reckless, but beneath it lies a truth that schools rarely teach. Knowledge is empty without action. You can read 1,000 books on swimming, but the water will still feel freezing and unforgiving the first time you dive in. In the same way, success is never earned by memorizing facts. It's built by trial, error, and resilience. Think about the people you admire. Are they the ones who only studied theories? Or are they the ones who built, created, and experimented even when failure was certain? Rick's chaos reminds us that discomfort and mistakes are not the end. They're the very foundation of growth. You won't learn how to lead by reading leadership quotes. You won't learn how to build a business by just attending seminars. You learn by taking risks, stumbling, and standing back up stronger. The second mindset. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Rick doesn't filter his words, and while his delivery might sting, there's power in his unapologetic honesty. Too often, we hide behind politeness or play a role that others expect, afraid of rejection. But here's the paradox. When you're authentic, you repel some, but you magnetize the right people. In friendships, business, and love, it's far better to be valued for who you really are than liked for who you pretend to be. Imagine walking into a room and not having to adjust your personality like a mask. That freedom is priceless. Of course, being real isn't an excuse to be cruel, but it's a reminder that fitting in is overrated. Standing out requires courage. Leaders, innovators, and visionaries aren't the ones who say what everyone wants to hear. They're the ones who challenge, provoke, and inspire because they dare to be genuine. Like Rick, you don't need everyone to like you. You just need to be undeniable to the people who matter. The third mindset. Self-belief is your strongest weapon. Rick is reckless, yes, but beneath every wild decision is an unshakable confidence that he will figure things out. And often, he does. This isn't arrogance. It's a cultivated inner belief that allows him to stay calm when others panic. Think about the toughest moments in your life. Did fear help you? Or was it that quiet voice saying, "I can handle this," that pulled you through? True confidence isn't built overnight. It comes from practice, small wins, and countless failures that teach you you're stronger than you thought. Each time you step outside your comfort zone, whether it's public speaking, launching an idea, or taking a leap of faith, you collect proof that you're capable. Over time, this proof becomes unshakable self-belief. And when you walk into challenges with that kind of certainty, you'll notice something remarkable. Opportunities start finding you, not the other way around. Now comes the mindset that makes many uncomfortable. Life has no built-in meaning, so create your own. Rick often reminds us that existence is chaotic, unpredictable, and ultimately finite. At first, that might sound depressing, but look again. If nothing is guaranteed, then everything you choose matters even more. You're not bound by someone else's definition of success. You're free to decide what gives your life purpose. Is it building a business, traveling the world, creating art, raising a family? Whatever it is, the power lies in your hands. Too many people wait for life to hand them meaning, but waiting leads to emptiness. Instead, take Rick's approach. Accept the absurdity, then turn it into energy. When you realize that no one belongs anywhere, and nobody exists on purpose. You unlock the ability to live fearlessly. Imagine how bold your choices would be if you stopped worrying about external approval and simply focused on what lights your soul on fire. So, what do we take away from Rick Sanchez, the universe's most dysfunctional genius? That success isn't about perfection. It's about experimenting, failing, and trying again. It's about speaking honestly, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about believing in yourself when no one else does. And it's about finding your own meaning in a meaningless world. You don't need to be as wild or destructive as Rick to apply these lessons. What you do need is the courage to live authentically, to risk failure, and to carve out a life that is unmistakably yours. Because in the end, when the noise fades and the crowd disperses, the only measure of success that truly matters is this: did you live a life that was real, bold, and undeniably your own? If that answer is yes, then you've already succeeded. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe for more stories, more lessons, and more inspiration for building the kind of life that even Rick Sanchez would raise a flask to.